Well, I haven't spoken too much to my father in the past month or so. We kind of had a falling out, of him telling me to wake up and do something real with my life, and music is a waste of time. And I know he's just concerned for my well-being, and he wants me to be comfortable living because he knows how expensive it is to live these days, anywhere. But I don't think that was the best way to go about it. And I just don't need that negativity in my life. There's a lot of things that I'm doing and dealing with to help myself get by. And the last thing I need is a family figure, let alone a parental figure, to be trying to bring you down throughout all of that as well. I don't expect him to ever understand, and I don't expect him to ever realize it. And I feel like the only way he would is if, I started working at a bank or computer company, and then he would be happy. But that's just not who I am, and I'm just going to take it as it comes.
And without further ado, please welcome Mr. Lucas Pino. This is the Lucas Pino Nanette.
How's everybody doing?
When I was 10 years old, my dad bought me a saxophone. When I was 11 years old, I went to my dad and I told him, I want to be a professional musician. And he said, he kind of did this thing, what have I done? And when you're 10 and 11 years old, someone in his position might say, well, you're not going to make any money. To an 11-year-old, this has no meaning. It had no meaning to me. And now as I get older, I understand more and more what it means to be on the lower end of an income spectrum. But just because it happens that, I don't make as much money as someone on Wall Street, or, I get paid in other ways. I get paid in the relationships that I've been able to form with incredible artists, and traveling, and, just the musician's life is just, it pays for itself. So.
I met Alex in, I believe, 2006 at a music festival / competition in Dallas, Texas. And I was there with the Brubeck Institute group with Glenn Zaleski and Lucas Pino, and Alex was there with a group from Florida.
A few of us had broken off and found a room somewhere and was playing tunes, playing a session, and I heard him and I was I was scared of him, you know? Which is funny now because, you know, he talks about how sad he was then. He always talks about like how far behind, you know, he said, oh, I heard you Brubeck Cats, and I said to myself, I have all this work that I have to do. But that's the way he would tell the story, but the way that I would tell the story is that I was scared of him. He knew tunes and he played all this great vocabulary, and he had a beautiful sound, and I just thought to myself, like, wow, there are cats everywhere that can really play.
And then it just kind of builds up into letter E, and then the downbeat of letter E is the peak, and then comes down from there.
Yeah. If you listen to his composition, it mirrors the way he likes to improvise and the way he's developed his personal sound. But then there's also this emotional connectivity, and I think that all of the things that he struggles past are also evident in his compositions. I think that there's, that the way that he talks and this inadequacy that he talks with sometimes, like when we met and he said, like, I wasn't on the level that you guys were playing at, or like, whether it's real or not, I don't think it's real. This thing that exists pushes him to be exploring the boundaries of what he's capable of. He doesn't accept this is what I am, and you hear that in his composition. He's saying, yeah, this is what I was, and here is where I'm going, and that's how he lives his life, I suppose. That's the beauty about art, is that we get to share in his experience and each other's experience. We're all artists, and if everything was sunshine and gumdrops, it wouldn't be as interesting. So I do hope that Alex gets some relief, someday. But at the same time, we're all in the thick of it, and I benefit from hearing his music.